It's the Caleb
Well, but I feel like we've had to like fight tooth and claw for a lot. Well, there's some power at least. 8 finals? I think so. I don't know. I have not seen any team kills. You have to play at least one match clicklessly in all your drafts. It's like a rule of the thing. So you can't just like drop. For example, if you got a bad deck. That said, if you faced in the second round, one person could just scoop to the other. To save time, yeah. Some real solid white cards here. I'm just gonna grab another Mox. Grief and Flash are options. I'm really mad at Flash. That card is like severely underperformed for me lately. Just a lot of games where a Flash is rotting in my hand. He's double queuing against the rules. Double queuing would not do anything. Your score is tied to your account. To do another league, you'd have to have a different account signed in. You'd just be like distracting yourself for no reason. So it's not against the rules because it does not have to be. Yeah, definitely not Caleb D. I think Guide of Souls is the best card here, so I'm gonna grab it. Hopefully we can pair with Ocelot Pride. Kind of looking at this memory lapse. Staff the Storyteller. I'm gonna have to decide what kind of deck I want to be. Alright, I'm gonna show some resolve and pass a Goblin Bombardment. Late Tundra's a good sign. If we'd grabbed that Dam, it would have been a Tutor Bowl Sweeper with Spellseeker. I think I still want Spellseeker here over the Otter. Not really looking like a Guide of Souls deck. Is green that bad this time around? Green was in 3 of my 4 trophies. Also, 100% of the decks that I lost in the finals with. I've drafted a lot of green decks. Partially because it is open a lot. Nice. This is one of the reasons I started eyeing blue-white. I was thinking about a Shorkai wheel. If we get Shark, I might actually like this Gush. Gives you fuel for the Mox Diamond in the late game. Not a lot to think about here. Spellseeker looking a little better. Starting to look like a vintage cube.com. Yeah, right, Flash. Very unlike me to both get power and not be a Niam. My other blue-white deck trophy, and that was an artifact deck. That deck also had like Soul Ring, Ancestral Recall, and a Mox in it. Weird. I'm gonna take this Oculus. I think we'll be able to get the cards to the bin. A lot of early game interacting spells. Some fetches would help. Yeah, I think that artifact deck was like definitely the best deck that I've drafted. And I've had like some pretty beautiful decks and some pretty beautiful aggro decks. I've got this Swords. Hopefully that Teferi wheels hum. Be a beautiful Teferi deck. We got a late Tundra, the Shorkai wheel. A lot of people just don't draft Shorkai though. A lot of people are wrong. Teferi does fit more decks than Shorkai though, to be sure. Shorkai is like the One Ring, but you don't get a Fog. It's like if you untap with it, it's like, alright, I'm drawing 3 cards per turn. So Parallax Wave is a great card. It's a much better card if you're attacking the opponent. If it can be like a one-sided temporary wrath while your creatures get in. It's a much worse in a control shell like this one, because eventually it ticks down, the opponent gets their creatures back, you still have to answer them. Miscalc's an option. We do already have a couple of counters. I think I'm just going to take this Colonnade. I'm just going to make sure I get this Colonnade. Really good in this style of deck. Spike doesn't like Shorkai. I don't care. Bully for Spike. A little no more lies for me. Pass a counter, get a counter. What win con am I hoping to get? Oh, we're fine on win cons. It's like the least important part of a control deck. Treasure Cruise and Oculus are kind of feeding from the same trough, as it were. Prismatic Ending's okay, but we do have a couple of early game things already. I guess it'd be pretty easy for me to play it for 3 or 4. Kind of thinking about Batterskull. It'd be nice if we ended up with a Stoneforge Mystic later. Stoneforge Mystic for Batterskull isn't very impressive in aggro decks, but in this sort of shell, it's very strong still. Beautiful Snapcaster.com. You already have the Sphinx. Would be nice to get 2 picks out of this pack. Hey, Crazy Gnome. Thanks for the saw. Thanks for 75 months there. A little sideboard graveyard hate. Why not? Hey, thanks, BO. Oh, hey, we got more donations. Big shout out to Zodiac Brave for a $20 donation. Sylvan Librarian, thanks for donating $35. Appreciate you. Sandspur 2012, thanks for donating $25. Chai Digital has donated a whopping $69. Nice. And Ankylosaur, thanks for donating $100 fucking dollars. Appreciate you all. The reason for the season. And raising funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Extremely highly rated charity. One of the best at what they do. And what they do is they get resources to people that need help. Literally saving lives. That includes managing the 988 call center. No harm in calling 988. If you're struggling, everybody needs help sometimes. Hell of a cause. I agree. I'm 333. More instant speed interaction. Could be good. We get another pack, Hello, Time Walk. Yeah, love it, Tamio. And Tamio would be amazing here with the Ancestral Recall. But we have Spellseeker, we have Snapcaster. We're going to take the Time Walk. You know what I just realized? This is going to be an embarrassing deck to lose with. That's both pieces of blue power. Yeah, this doesn't trophy. I'm cursed, I'm gonna need to hunt down a witch doctor, a shaman. Time Twister. Usually not high on Time Twister in my control decks, but I would make an exception here. Where you can, like, shuffle the Time Walk back in. Thanks, babe. Could you grab me my water? I guess I'm just taking the Mana Leak. We have so many counters already. All the counters in the universe. The nice thing about Mana Leak is that it doesn't take, like, double colored, so you can play a turn 1 off Mox Ruby at least. I mean, Mystical Juju is probably pretty good. We passed that late Blightsteel earlier. We can, like, almost support Tinker. Kind of kicking myself a little bit. Obviously, I didn't know we were going to get Mystical Tutor. More fixing. Thank you, I love you. I've just been gifted 2 bean burritos and a large cup of water. Be funny to just, like, have Ocelot Pride in here. Ocelot Pride, Guide of Souls, like no other no other aggro cards. Might even be good. Oh, alright. Oh, there's Teferi there. This feels like a Teferi deck, doesn't it? I really do like Twister shuffling the Time Walk back in, though. Something to mana drain into. Gonna need like one more cut. Maybe I just got Spell Pierce. Maybe I don't need Spell Pierce now that I have Force Negation. You don't think there's Teferi decks anymore? So, I would agree with you for the Max Power Cube. It was like wildly unplayable in that one. And it's like on the edge now, but I think it's still good here. Oh shit, what up? Hey Thunder Family, thanks for 55 months. Thunder Family says this is one of the best blue-white Shions you've seen drafted. Need to resub to prevent the heartbreaking 2-1. Yeah, we'll see. I dig this. 11-9. Kind of 12-10. It's tempting to like play even more blue sources with like managing it on 2, but like we have these double white cards. Even though we've got like way more blue cards than white cards, you still need the double white, right? This hand sucks so many butts. I'm gonna keep it, but like, God, imagine like ripping Mox Diamond here. Yeah, no power, bad mana, only one counter spell. Really hate mulling on the play. I think I would have sent it back on the draw. The mana link is better on the play at least. Well, at least we got our third lane drop. This sure looks like anything at all. Man, burritos are so good. I tried eating a salad yesterday. And like the spicy chicken, like I put a bite of it in my mouth, my body was just like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I had a slice of pumpkin pie, and my body was like, yes! Pumpkin paste. So I've just been eating smooth, pasty foods. My tummy's been real happy with me. Like this bean burrito. You're gonna eat some carrot cake? Love carrot cake. Am I sick? No. That always happens when I do a 24-hour stream. Then these Cube for Charities are very close in terms of like marathon energy and such. I kind of want to oust the Noble Hierarch. Could hold up this Sphinx. Yeah, let's just oust. I think I'm just going to pass. Playing the Sphinx on the opponent's turn lets us fight over it with the Force Negation. suppose. Yeah, the Sphinx exiling all the stuff from the graveyard, though. I say as I play another one. I think I should be grabbing maybe not Mana Drain, but whatever. Remember that we're not drawing the Mana Drain, it's going on top of our library. So I think I was actually supposed to grab, like, Council Judgment or something, get a block card out of the way. Green decks typically have good things to metamorph. We didn't see any there, though. This hand might be hot dog shit. Just need to hit lands, though. How hard could that be? Devastation loss for Spike. Opponent with empty hand with a sneak attack in play. Top decks Archon and Emrakul. My god. That's, I mean, that's Vintage Cube, right? That's Vintage Cube, baby. The thing I like about this hand is that when we hit our second land, we can chill on that for a while. With the double 2-mana counter. Never burned with keeping a 1 lander. I've been burned plenty of times. On the draw, though, in a deck with, like, Preordain and Recall and stuff. The hand that, like, operates well on 2 mana. And has, like, a 1 mana counter. It's not that bad. Yeah, I was hoping for an Oko or something. Yeah, I don't know why people think the Blue Explorer joke with Time Walk is so funny. It's like a 0 mana Explorer would be, if that's all Time Walk was 0 mana, draw a card, put a land into play. Yeah, that would be still one of the best cards in Magic. It would still be restricted or banned in every format. You have. Yeah, it would be much better than Once Upon a Time. I think I have to get this Shorkai down. It's annoying because I've got all these beautiful counters. But I think that fucking bear fucks me up if I just chill here. And I gotta find like a sweeper or something. I'd feel a lot better about this if we had a force negation handy. Well, kind of glad I didn't hold up counters for this turn. Yeah, we only have one sweeper. Alright, they looked a lot more green deck that game. The previous game, we only saw, like, a counter spell, a draw 7, and a Noble Hierarch or something. Hand needs a recall, huh? We need to refuel. No 1-drop. Love to see it. Sphinx could be some pressure. Giving the opponent an opening to land something. Well, that was probably the nightmare scenario. If I can draw lane for turn, I can like mana leak through next play while also getting Snapcaster down. Yeah, kind of an incredible punish, I'm kind of glad they didn't just like go forest channel Emrakul me. Like have the Tyler's Tracker be bait. That'd been rough. Obviously we have to counter the tracker because I need to attack and clear that Narset, but possible it's worse than flashing the Sphinx here. I feel like I need more, though. More interaction. Hell yeah, Cat Maple Syrup. Love that attitude. I do not have a favorite archetype to draft. Whatever is open, baby. Extra turn for me. I guess if I was tapping out for the Shorkai, I still could have activated on your team. Does anyone have a good guide on how to learn to play Magic online? I believe MTG Goldfish has a good guide for that. Up on the YouTubes. Ooh. That card is just gonna beat me, huh? Hopefully that's not just gonna lose the match to library. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Heldo MTG. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 19 months. Appreciate it. Reed taking down another one. Reed's been on fire. I think this is Reed's best season, win rate wise. I almost want to let that resolve and just oust it. Reed had a frog out and 5 cards in hand, and they put him Time Twisted, and then just like died to a giant frog. Why aren't I getting those opponents? what is this? Yeah, I think we're just gonna slowly sit here and lose to this library. It's a little awkward to scoop because like they don't have a win con, and if we draw a recall, we could like recall, snap, recall, and catch up on cards. Definitely not fighting over card draw. They already have infinite card draw. All right, now we just have to answer every single creature that gets played from here on out. We'll be good. Opponents get into a spot where they'll be able to start playing multiple threats per turn. Overwhelm my counter magic. I really don't want to drain that because we have Swords of Plowshares here, but I don't want them to like make a 5/5 off of it that I then have to answer, I guess. Yeah, shit, Sure. Opponent is going underneath library. So you're saying there's a chance. We don't have a lot going on, but we don't have nothing either. I think Memory Lapse has been good in the cube. I've been kind of disappointed in Miscalc lately. People like naturally want to play around Spell Pierce, and that leads them to playing around your Miscalc. So Expedition map is basically infinite mana. Could even go get Saga if they have Saga. The beats have begun. Really want them to get Academy with this. Cool. Opponent could have actually drawn with Library again by cracking the Spell Bomb there to draw a card. Would have gotten them back up to 7. I think this Currency Converter is the sort of card. Currency Converter and Retrofitter are both cards that just like kind of beat me by themselves. So it's like, alright, I guess I counter that. The way the game's played out, I am glad I got my mana leak in when the mana leaking was good. Sure. Yeah, the mana drain is known info. They did Memory Lapse it earlier. Bidding, Time Spiral, wow. I don't know if I can do that in that spot with the Academy there. The Spiral turns on the Library again, too. Keeping Preordain. Spell Pierce is actually not very good versus Infinite Mana and Tashi Sam. Don't recommend it. Opponents played a few threats here. I've had to answer all of them. Yeah, so they're 4-thing here, and then they've got mana up to fucking counter my counter. Fair enough. Are they equipping the Nettle Cyst? Hey, Jim got another one. Good job, Jim. Well, that's not my sweeper. Would have been funny to hit them and play the Wrath, though. And one lousy life. Fourth makes Pierce look a little better. I think I'm boarding Gush. I like Metamorph against them. Even though we lost a fourth, I kind of want to cut the Wrath of God and just, like, not let fourth resolve. Kind of hate the Batter Skull here, too. Yeah, I think you just need a reset in this style of deck. Jim and the gang are raising money for the Trevor Project. Also a highly rated charity. Also very much worth supporting. Just cut all my fucking removal. Reed cheats and forces Boros every time. I think like 90% of my drafts have been Naya aggro. So he's not been alone there. Kind of surprised Mono Red's been working for him. Usually if you don't have power, there's just like not good enough one drops in red. So you end up with like kind of a junky curve, even though your card quality is great. Really happy to see my power and see the opponent not having a library this game, So they played their land. Or no, they didn't. Mystical Tutor would just be getting mana drain at this point. Shark would be beautiful in my deck, don't you agree? I think Recall is better here than Time Walk. Although if we Time Walk, we can Mystical Tutor for Drain. Yeah, maybe that's just good, You're glad Jim got a trophy? Glad for the charities? Sad for our team? Oh, yeah. I gotta say, losing for charity feels a lot better than losing in general. Takes a little bit of the sting out of it for sure. For sure. And it's not over. We can still go on a tear. The opponent's current trophy count, though, is like a winning trophy count in some seasons of the Cube for Charity races. On the draw. That game was nice. Let's just draw a Recall and fucking draw a Recall and Time Walk again. I almost want to send this back, right? No counters. Be helpful. The losing team donates to the charity of choice for the winning team. I think we're going to discard this Gush, Is it your favorite Elder track? Oh, your favorite Elder album. Gotcha, gotcha. Hey, Kelly Furtado. Thanks for the sub. These 8 months there. Oops. Well, fuck it. Yeah, unfortunately, Magic YouTube, or I'm sorry, YouTube, when you press like a 2 or an F6, it like skips around in the song. The YouTube commands overlap with the Magic Online commands. So sometimes I'll like check something on YouTube and then forget to click on Magic Online again before I click F2 or F6 and it jumps around in the song. Ruins it. I almost want to grab that Talisman. Currency Converter is pretty good once I have Shorekai going. Might be necessary here. Looted away Battlesphere. Battlesphere seems fucking nuts to me. They can just like play it. Feel a little bit better here. Hey, Sim Spiral, thanks to 81 months there. The many, many months, yeah. I think Legend is my favorite Elder track by a lot. Yeah, I'll put that on after this. Get hyped up a bit. Opponent chaining cantrips together. Yeah, maybe they didn't want to slam Mirror Battlesphere without mana to protect it, so they were just a ways away from that. Fourth for X equals 1. Yeah, right. This gives them a turn of the Monarchy, and they can spellbomb my pilot token if they want to. Sure. Every turn we're going to be spitting out a 2/2 and a 1/1. I think it's going to be easy for us to fight over the Monarchy at this point. They have 3 in hand. I'm going to go for Mana Drain. Don't want to do a counter war after the third path resolves. The Shorekai starts serving at some point Titanium. Do I want to no moralize this remand? I kind of do. There's no way we deck them with recall, right? Doesn't feel like that sort of game. Thought about forced negationing fast bond. The Spellseeker for recall is like all my gas though. We have a little bit of acceleration over here too. Hey, Treasonland thinks the sub thinks they're showing that prime. Like what? They played 2 lands. They'd have those down in 2 turns anyway, right? Just gonna go get recall. And hopefully whatever they do this turn is force negationable. Yeah, ideally all ramp and no pamp. They do have like another color here though, and 5 mana. We did know about the Luminarch. Hell yeah. So the Mystical is gonna be getting our sweeper. We have 1 sweeper in the deck. Currently, this death rate doesn't look like much. Kind of tips things. Let him planning on a sweeper, maybe. I'm not giving it 1 more turn. Then I can play it with no more lies up. Fair enough. They're just off it. I'm like, yep, that's good. That's good. Is this it? Is this the dreamed of easy win? Do those exist? I mean, if you just draw a recall and time walk every game, that certainly helps. Mystical Tutor showing up by letting me find my wrath when I needed it there. Yeah, this hand's groovy. These games have like really shown how like power is so different in different decks, right? Like recall and time walk are so much better in this deck than a random mox. And then people will like splash recall or time walk in a deck, invest a bunch of picks on fixing for it, and it'll rot in their hand, and or like an off-color mox would be way better. Mana drain game into Teferi would be kind of cool. We'll see what the opponent's got here for me. A tapped land. A tapped land. Ooh, I feel like I'm getting away with something over here. 21 to 13. What the fuck happened? Well, last night when I went to bed, we were like, or went to rest anyway. We were up by 1, like 11 to 10, and then yeah, things changed a bit. You could mana drain into Teferi there. I think I prefer this. Save the drain for a real card. People are talking up Arya and Reed, who are like obviously going on incredible tears, right? And obviously giving us the business. But in that time, Doomwake and Jim both also got 2 trophies. It would not be nearly as crazy of a lead if it was just 1 or 2 people putting up numbers. I'm not high on Elder's vocals, but this track rips. A lot of build, and it's super worth it. I think we let Containment Priest chill for now. They can hit the Teferi down to 3. I want to be able to recall and then play a counter if I draw into a counter. Nassif had computer issues. That's a fucking bummer. I noticed that, yeah, he'd done a few fewer drafts than usual. I didn't know why. Didn't really matter. Obviously, he's put in gobs of time over the years for various causes. Opponent's got 1 card in hand. I think he just countered the damn Fact or Fiction hum. Yeah, Elder's the name of the band. Kind of feels like a trophy, folks. Let's see if we can find a Snapcaster for a real counter. He said self-jinxingly. Yeah, that's not a bad last card to have. We can metamorph it and go toe-to-toe with cards. Oh, shit. Nice. They were to stop it. Hot diggity. Hot diggity. I was due. A couple final losses in a row. Really hurt. It helps when you get like just every piece of power in the universe, though. That really helps. And it was a nice shell for all of that, right? Multiple ways of flashing back the recall and the time walk. A lot of disruption to slow the